Everybody, welcome back or welcome to my channel. My name's Christina and today is going to be my current TBR. I thought about doing monthly TBRs, but that just doesn't really work for me because I don't think I'm gonna be reading that much in a given month. I don't have that much time, but I thought I would show you my current TBR, what I have on my TBR shelf for right now. There are other books that I could read, but just the ones that I have on my radar for right now. So this is your first video with me. Ultimately, my goal for 2023 is to read 23 books, which for me is a big goal because over the last 2 years, I think I haven't read more than 5 in a year. I became a new mom at the end of 2021, and then all of last year was just me adjusting to that, and I did not have time to read. But we're finally getting into a good groove now, and I think I could do it this year. I think I could dedicate more time, and so far I've already finished one book. It was the first Harry Potter book, so it's like not that it's a children's book, so it wasn't that big of a thing, but hey, we're on to a good start. So I figured today I would go through what currently I have on my TBR, what is on my radar probably for the first quarter of the year, because it's looking like if I finish two to three books every month, I will be on track to finish and hit my goal. So that's probably what we're gonna do. So let's just go ahead and jump into these books. Since I already mentioned that I finished the first Harry Potter book, I would go ahead and show you guys this. This is the second Harry Potter book. I'm rereading them. I like to reread them on occasion, and this year I'm doing a lot of work on my inner child, like inner child work in like therapy and stuff. So I'm going back and actually rereading these for a few reasons, but I'm currently reading the second one. This is the Mina Lima version of The Chamber of Secrets, and these are illustrated. And the first one was also this version as well. They only have these two out currently, and these are stunning, beautiful, and they make me feel good. The paper feels nice. Let me give you a little taste. Like there's things like this in there. This is, it pops up, opens. All kinds of cool stuff are in these, and it just makes me feel really nostalgic, but also it's fresh and new. It makes me feel good that I'm rereading this, and it's helping me through some things. I foresee I'll be finishing that book probably this week. If I can read 4 books in a month, that would be incredible. The next book on my TBR is this one. This is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. This I saw floating around a few channels when I was like watching a lot of BookTube in December, and I just kept seeing it. I love a good mystery book. I am a true crime. I haven't been listening to true crime podcasts and stuff like that as much, but I do dabble. So this seemed like something I would probably really enjoy. It's a mystery novel based around a cold case, or based around a case that was closed, not a cold case. And maybe it wasn't actually solved correctly. So initially a small town murder happens, and basically everyone pinpoints it on one person. The case is closed, that's who did it, boom, done. Comes to find out, some people, or a particular person, main character energy, isn't so sure that who the murder was pinned on is actually who did it. So it's basically a mystery around solving if the murder was actually done by who everyone thought, or if it was done by someone else. And that's basically it. I'm really intrigued to get into this. I love trying to figure stuff out like this. A mystery novel is good to me if I cannot figure it out before halfway in the book. If I get to halfway in the book and I can't figure it out, I'll probably enjoy it. If I can figure it out earlier than that, I'm usually not compelled to finish. So we'll see how this one goes. I do think it will be an easier read for me because I do tend to go through books like this like water, and it's been rated really highly. A lot of people talked about it. I didn't see too many bad reviews or any bad reviews, but I'm sure some people out there probably don't enjoy this. Overall, this is the kind of book I lean towards. I like fantasy and mystery thrillers a lot, so expect a lot of this to probably happen this year. This next book is basically the exact same trope. I told you, I have a type. I have things I enjoy. This is If We Were Villains by M.L. Rio. This has been on my Goodreads like to read list for a really long time, and it was on sale on Amazon the other day, so I just ordered it. So I just got it, but it's basically the same kind of thing. Oliver goes to jail for a murder he may or may not have committed, and someone is compelled to try and figure out if he actually was the one to commit it. Sound familiar? I have a type. This is centered around Oliver, the main character, and it does seem that he was a drama student And when the detective who thinks that he may not have committed a murder seems really interested in what he had done in his past and 10 years previous to him being in jail, and wants to know all about the characters that he portrayed on stage and all of that. And I don't know how that ties in. It's very compelling to me, like reading the like blurb on Goodreads, because I'm like, how does what is the correlation? What is with the title? Is this a murder mystery, or like is this something else? I'm really intrigued by this book. Again, this is another one that I heard really good things about. It's rated super highly, so I have really high expectations for this, and I just don't really understand like what I'm getting into 100%. Hopefully it's not too similar to the other book that I just mentioned, because I don't want to read like two of the exact same kind of tropes too close together, so I might piece these out. We will see. I'm assuming this one's gonna have more on like friendship ties and relationships and past trauma, like past representing present kind of circular motifs, maybe. I'm thinking maybe. Look out for when I finish this one and the reviews of this. The next one is another one of like mystery thriller kind of book that has been on my TBR again for a really long time, and I think it's a couple years old now, so I'm sure a lot of people have either already read this or have already talked about it. I'm behind on books because I haven't had time to read lately. So the next one is by Riley Sager, and it's Home Before Dark. So this one's essentially a ghost story, or a thriller potential ghost story, centered around a girl named Maggie. Her family lived in this house when she was younger, and then her father wrote a book about the experiences in this house, and she doesn't believe any of it as she's gotten older. And once he passes, he gives the house to Maggie, and she goes into it to renovate it. There the story unfolds, I'm sure, with ghost happenings or not ghost happenings. Basically a ghost story, which I love. Probably a weird thing to read at the very beginning of the year, but if you guys know me from my main channel, you guys know I like spooky stories. I like ghosts, and this has been since Sager has talked about releasing this book, like back in the day when it was just whispers that this book was coming out. I remember getting excited. It's been sitting on my to read like Goodreads list for a really long time, and it was another one that was on sale in December, so I purchased it then. And I am so excited to get into this. This might be the next one I read after I finish the first two Harry Potter books, just to kind of dive into it because I've been waiting for so long. I think this is another one that's rated really highly on Goodreads. A lot of people talked highly of it when it came out. I don't remember when it came out, if it was last year or not. So it came out in 2020, so it's been 3 years. So I'm sure a lot of you guys have probably already read this or have been intrigued to read this, or it's just, you know, like it's been 3 years. It's been out for a little bit, but yeah, still really highly reviewed on Goodreads, which is a good sign. And a lot of my friends on Goodreads have read this, so I will be intrigued to see what my thoughts are on this. And I'm just interested to kind of get into a thriller. And then the next and final book on my current TBR is relatively new. This came out in November of 2022, so it's only been out for a few months. I haven't heard anyone personally talk about this yet, so I'm not sure what people are thinking. It's not rated the best on Goodreads at the moment. It's below 4 stars, just a little bit. So I'm intrigued to see how I feel about it. And this is Our Missing Hearts by Celeste. I don't know how to pronounce this last name, so I'm not gonna try because I will embarrass myself. She's the author that wrote Little Fires Everywhere, which is a pretty good TV show from what I've heard. I haven't seen it. And from what I've heard, the book Little Fires Everywhere was also really good, and I've been interested in potentially reading this. But I saw this was coming out and a lot of people were hyping it up. I don't know if they were hyping it up because of just the author and enjoying the other one, or if people were actually really excited about the storyline in this one. So the short blurb of this is that it's about a mother's love for their child, which again, I became a mother in the last year, so that kind of hits home. I'm sure that will, it makes me feel like I'm going to be emotional reading this, and it's going to hit a little too close to home. Also, I'm pretty sure Celeste is Chinese American or Chinese, and the mother in this book is Chinese American, I'm pretty sure, or Chinese immigrant. And my husband's Chinese, my daughter's half, so I don't know. I feel like this one might hit home, but also, I don't know. We'll see. I haven't read anything by Celeste before, so I'm interested to see what I think, because I've heard so many good things about Little Fires Everywhere. I haven't seen too much about this one. It was in Reese Witherspoon's book club, which I don't know if y'all have looked into Reese Witherspoon's book club, but genius move on this woman's part. But that's a completely different topic. let me know if you've read this, what you thought about it. But I got it for Christmas. My mom got this for me for Christmas, so I of course will read it and let you know. And that is the current five books that I have on my TBR. I will probably, again, this will probably be, my TBRs will probably be quarterly, because really feasibly I'm looking at maybe 2 to 3 books a month. And I feel like I'm doing monthly TBRs, they're not gonna be that interesting. So this is my first quarter of the year one. Obviously, if I finish these all before, I will do another updated TBR. And of course, I'll be doing reviews, like cumulative reviews of books, probably bi-monthly or quarterly as well. We'll see how it goes. It just depends on how well I'm reading. And then we'll also be doing updates in my reading journal and all of that. So I hope you guys are excited to see like what I do this year, how I do. I'm trying to revive this channel or grow this channel this year. So if you do like book related videos, definitely hit that thumbs up button. I'm gonna try and do a lot more on this channel and grow it and grow the community, because this is something I have a BA, a bachelor's degree in English literature and language. And this is something that I would really like to just get into again. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.